right?
This is BBC News. I'm Lewis Vaughan-Jones. We are bringing you continuing coverage of the latest breaking news, the developments, the reports that Iran is striking a US-run military base in Qatar. Let me run you through some of the details that we have, what we know right now, and what we're still waiting for confirmation on. We know that Qatar closed its airspace, diverted planes away from it. We know that the reports are that the White House accepted that there were credible threats to this airbase, this US-run airbase. Then reports came through from AFP journalists initially of explosions over Doha. These are the live pictures over Doha, of course, the capital of Qatar. So just to remind you that this credible threat that was reported a short time ago is to the Al Udeid US-run airbase in Qatar. It's basically the biggest US-run airbase in the Middle East, in the region, and was seen as a likely, logical, potential target for Iran to retaliate against US forces after the US attack on its nuclear facilities over the weekend. So there had been receipts of a credible threat to this US airbase, and in the last few minutes, explosions heard over the capital, Doha. Let's take a look at these pictures from a little bit earlier, and let's take a listen as well. So those pictures were just from the last 20 minutes or so. We are back now to the live pictures just to explain the geography and the timing of all this. These are the live pictures of Doha, just gone 8 o'clock in the evening, as you can see there. And within the last 30 minutes, those pictures that we just ran showing those explosions being heard near Doha. Now, we understand that the credible threat was to the Al Udeid US-run airbase, not directly the civilian areas of Doha itself, but instead this US-run military airbase. Now, we understand precautionary effectively measures have been taken at this airbase. Planes potentially have flown out the way, and of course, defences at the ready. This comes after the shelter-in-place order for US citizens in Qatar a little earlier. And one new line to bring you just in the last couple of minutes, just since I've sat in the chair here and taken over from my colleague. Donald Trump, we understand from the Reuters news agency, citing CNBC, citing an admin official. Slightly convoluted there, but I just wanted to give you where we're getting this from. The line is this: Donald Trump is currently in the Situation Room with the Defense Secretary and the Joint Chiefs. So, Donald Trump currently in the Situation Room with the Defense Secretary and Joint Chiefs. That is from CNBC, American network, citing an official in the administration, getting to us here via the Reuters news agencies. Our team in the US will be following that up. So, if you have just joined us in the last few minutes, these are the live pictures that we are showing you right now over Doha. The reason being that explosions were heard over Doha. Potential credible threat was suspected at the Al Udeid US-run military base. It's the biggest US base in the Middle East, in the region, and was seen as a potential target for Iran to retaliate after those strikes when the US got involved over the weekend and, of course, hit those nuclear facilities. So all these developments...
Listen, it has begun, people. It has begun, okay? This is Iran doing this is to let the U.S. know we are here. We are here. We are ready. Yeah, it has begun, definitely.
It's reaching us in the last 20, 30 minutes or so. So let's just try and pause for breath for a moment. Now we've established the live pictures and we've established those pictures of the explosion that we have. Let's speak now to the BBC World Service.
Wow.
Nafisa Konovo. So just bring us up to date, given what we've just been learning over the last few minutes of how things stand there where you are.
Luis, right now in Iraq also we heard and confirmed that Iraq's Al-Assad base, which housing US troops, has been attacked but apparently, according to sources that talk to us, 2 missiles were fired toward Ain al-Assad, which is the US's biggest base in Anbar province, and these 2 missiles, as our military sources are saying, has been intercepted. We still don't know that if this is the first wave of attack or this is all that Iran wanted to do, but we can confirm that Iran has carried out this attack, calling it's naming tidings of a victory, and it doesn't say more, Iran's news agencies, that what comes next, but they say that Iran simultaneously has attacked US bases in Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and here in Iraq.
Crazy.
It was expected. All these countries were in high alert, and this morning most American citizens in Qatar, they received first email from US embassy asking them to stay in sheltered area and not to come out until further notice. And then after that, a few hours after, officially the US embassy posted that warning on its X platform, and then that was followed by the UK warning to its British citizens in Qatar, asking the same precautionary step to take and stay in sheltered area. So step by step, hours by hours, we could feel in the region that is coming. But as I said, it is not clear that it is the whole thing that Iran wanted to do, or it is only the first wave. I remember in 2020 when the US killed Quds Forces commander, IRGC Quds Forces commander Qasem Soleimani here in Baghdad and assassinated him. Iran answered, retaliated by firing 2 or 3 waves of ballistic missiles towards Al-Assad Air Base and also Erbil Air Base, housing US and coalition troops. So it can be expected that this is only the first wave, or it can be only the thing that Iran just wanted to send a message to the US that it can reach its bases. Although this Al-Udeid base, which is, you mentioned that it is the biggest and the most important base in the region, is massive and a very...
Listen, I mean, we can just stop right here. Look, man, I mean, I'm not sure what else needs to be said at this point. Iran, to me, just notified that the U.S. to them that we are ready. If you're ready, we are ready. I mean, to fire missiles at a U.S. base. She's explaining the largest U.S. base is enough juice for me to understand Iran is ready for war. I don't know what else to say besides that. I hope I'm wrong. I pray to God that I'm wrong. I want to be wrong, but what else? How could you not take this as a threat, basically? All I'm saying is, I think this situation, this situation with Iran and the U.S. is going to expedite the need for cybersecurity. I believe that with all my heart. I cannot see how this is not going to be one of the biggest jobs in the future, cybersecurity. I just can't see it. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to join my email list newsletter. That's on my website at juicytech.com. I'm on IG, TikTok, LinkedIn. I post there daily. Feel free to reach out to me on those platforms if you wish to do so. My name is Ario D Juice. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace out.